to Fired Up, the weekly recap where we cover all things Carthage athletics. I'm Justin Corrigan. Today's episode is for Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Happy Groundhog Day, and although we may have 6 more weeks of winter, Carthage spring sports are right out around the corner, so get ready for that. Let's get into what happened this past week for the Firebirds, kicking things off with men's volleyball. The Firebirds kicked things off with a 3-1 win this past Wednesday against Aurora in Tarbell Arena. 25-18, 25-18, 21-25, 25-21 was the final set scores. Ryan Bartz, 16 kills. Ruben Emmerich, 3 blocks, 2 service aces. Ryan Morey, 46 assists. And Austin Mallory with 13 digs in the win over the number 10 Spartans. Number 2 Firebirds return to action on the road on Saturday at Benedictine down in Lisle, Illinois with a 3-0 sweep. Ben Heiss leading the way, 11 kills. Ruben Emmerich, 4 blocks, 2 service aces. Ryan Morey, 31 assists. And Austin Mallory with 7 digs as the Firebirds sweep the Eagles for the 2nd time this season. Ryan Bartz on the week was named CCIW Student Athlete of the Week as well as AVCA Student Athlete of the Week. He is also our Jersey Mike's Firebird of the Week. Visit Jersey Mike's today at the Kenosha location at 3625 Market Lane or go to jerseymikes.com. Firebirds return to action on the road this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time as they take on Stevens in New Jersey. Moving over to men's basketball, it was an 80-65 road win against number 12 Illinois Wesleyan. Firebirds getting revenge on the Titans after falling to them earlier in the season at Tarbell Arena. Ryan Johnson had a day, 26 points, 12 rebounds, going an impressive 5 for 6 from three-point land. Griffin Dawn, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. AJ Johnson, 18 points, 3 assists. And Chris Schlesinger with 11 points and 6 rebounds. Then on Saturday, it was an 85-70 road win against North Park as the Firebirds sweep the Vikings in the regular season. AJ Johnson, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Ryan Johnson, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And Antoine Nesbitt, 11 points and 7 rebounds. Firebirds return to action this Wednesday in Tarbell Arena as they take on North Central at 7 p.m. That game will be simulcast on the Marquee Sports Network and the CCIW Network. Moving over to men's track and field, they competed at the Squig Converse on Friday up at Wisconsin Whitewater. Leading the way for the Firebirds was Tyler Rose in the weight throw, 19.19 meters. Euphrates Willis in the high jump with a mark of 1.96 meters. Landon Voigt in the 200 running 22.47 seconds. Kedrick Johnson III in the triple jump with a mark of 13.61 meters. And Jacob Kurlewski coming just shy of the school record in the 3,000 meter at 8:34.1. Tyler Rose was also named CCIW Field Athlete of the Week this past week. Firebirds return to action this Friday and Saturday as they host the Tad Metzger Invite in Multi. The Multi will begin Friday evening with the rest of me to follow on Saturday. Swim and Dive hosted the Wisconsin Private College Championships this past weekend. It was a sweep as both men's and women's teams earned victories. Starting off with the women's team, they won the meet with 286 points. Individual wins came from the 200 medley relay, 400 freestyle relay, Lucy Brown in the 50 freestyle, Jill Kane in the 100 breaststroke, Addison Schaefer in the 200 butterfly, and Bree Skalski leading the way with the 500 freestyle, 400 individual medley, and the 1650 freestyle. Skalski, with her 3 wins, is the Jersey Mike's Firebird of the Week. Visit them today at their Kenosha location or go to jerseymikes.com. On the men's side, it was a 331.5 point performance for the team. The Firebirds swept all relays, 200 freestyle, 200 medley, 400 freestyle, and the 400 medley. Adam Hollis won the 50 freestyle with other wins coming from Tyson Polish in the 200 free, AJ Landorf in the 400 individual medley, 100 backstroke, and 200 butterfly. Ben Prezkota in the 100 butterfly, Andrew Loborovich in the 100 breaststroke, Ian Glossa in the 200 breaststroke, Sean Noller in the 1650 freestyle, and Tayden Murphy sweeping both the 1 meter and 3 meter dives. Both the Carthage men's and women's programs will return to action on Friday, February 13th as the Firebirds host the CCIW Diving Championships right behind me in the Konitzer Aquatic Center. Moving over to men's wrestling, it was a 29-15 road loss to Lakeland on Friday evening. Couple standout performances. Edgar Albino with a 7-2 decision at 141. Elijah Zepeda a 6-3 decision at 149. And Zarin Anderson with a 3-2 decision at 157. Firebirds return to action on February 7th at the Terrell Brown Invite, which will begin at 9 a.m. in Dubuque. Men's tennis kicked off their spring schedule with a 4-3 win on Saturday morning against Co. Wins on the day came from Finn Morris, Syria Kaiola, Linus Bangert, and Luca Aquino. Firebirds then returned in the afternoon with a 7-0 shutout over Central, 4 individual shutout victories in that match. Firebirds return to action on Saturday at St. Olaf in Minnesota as they take on Carleton at 11 a.m. and St. Olaf at 1:30. Women's track and field also competed at the Squig Converse at Wisconsin Whitewater on Saturday. Leading the way for the Firebirds, Mandy Nelson in the 800, 226.38. Christina Hall in the long jump, 5.37 meters. Anna Kegel in the 60 meter with a time of 8.15 seconds. Mara Tenbrink in the triple jump, 10.32 meters. And Brooke Nez in the 3K, 11:46.49. Firebirds return home this weekend to host the Tad Metzger Invite in Multi. Multi begins Friday evening with the rest of the meet to follow on Saturday. Finishing things off this week with women's basketball, it was a 71-54 win on the road at North Park after having a bye on Wednesday. In the game against the Vikings, Malia Green, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Nora Oram, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Grace Cord, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Firebirds return to action on Wednesday on the road as they host Wheaton at 7 p.m. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the Fired Up Weekly Recap. Be sure to follow us on socials at Carthage Athletics on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Carthage Sports on X. For all other sports news, visit athletics.carthage.edu or tune in next week for the Fired Up Weekly Recap. Once again, I'm Justin Corrigan saying thanks for watching, and go Birds.